A summit focused almost entirely on taking care of a presidential ego. But Donald Trump's mind was fixated on something else. A leaked Pentagon report suggesting his strike against Iran had not done as much damage as he claimed to Iran's nuclear ambitions. The photos from the air showed damage on the surface, but deep down, said his own intelligence officers, nothing that couldn't be repaired in months. Fake news, said the president, using a press conference to claim Iran's nuclear enrichment facilities had been obliterated and that his bombs had brought peace just as surely as the two bombs that ended World War II.
Well, it was so bad that they ended the war. It ended the war. Somebody said in a certain way, that it was so devastating, actually. If you look at Hiroshima, if you look at Nagasaki, that ended a war too. This ended a war in a different way, but it was so devastating.
The outlandish nature of these claims was not contradicted by other leaders here, far from it. Calling him a man of strength and a man of peace, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte dialed the flattery up to 11 as Trump described how he brought peace to the Middle East.
They've had a big fight, like two kids in a schoolyard. They fight like hell. You can't stop them. Let them fight for about 2-3 minutes, then it's easier to stop them.
And then Daddy has to sometimes use strong language to
You have to use strong language. Every once in a while you have to use a certain word.
Keir Starmer has worked hard at his relationship with Trump, and the announcement at this summit, the UK is expanding its nuclear capability with 12 F-35 stealth fighters from the US, will have pleased the Americans. But I asked him if operating like this can be sustained.
How can the alliance carry on for the next 4 years in that mode of simply trying to manage the American president?
This is ensuring that NATO itself is united, is strong, is bigger, of course, than it is, but that we play our full part as leaders to ensure that this generation and generations to come enjoy the peace that NATO has been able to help establish over the last 80 years.
In other words, we'll continue to do whatever it takes. There's confidence tonight that for the time being at least, Trump's commitment to NATO and the collective defence of Article 5 are still intact. But as he boarded Air Force One tonight, there seems to be a growing recognition that it's not just Trump, that keeping the US involved in Europe will be a long-term problem, soluble only by Europe doing much more for itself. James Mates, ITV News, The Hague.